Ralph S. here speaking about angels. Where are they and who are they? In Genesis chapter 28, the patriarch Jacob is fleeing from his older brother Isaac. As night falls, he lays down to sleep, and in verse 10, he has a dream. And in the dream, he sees a ladder set on the ground, reaching to heaven. And on this ladder, he sees angels ascending and descending. Let's pull this story and this dream apart and see what it's trying to teach us. The first thing to understand is that angels in the Old Testament are not glowing winged creatures of spirit. The word translated as angel here is the word messenger. And we see elsewhere in the text that these messengers are indistinguishable from flesh and blood men and women. The ladder set on the earth and reaches to heaven. This indicates that heaven and earth are in fact connected and provides access to our earthly realm for these messengers. But shouldn't the ladder be set in heaven and reaching to earth? And shouldn't these messengers, looking like you and me, be descending from heaven with their messages and then ascending back to heaven? But they don't. They start on earth, ascend to heaven to receive the message, and then descend to earth with the message for delivery. Maybe these angels aren't like flesh and blood men and women. Maybe they are flesh and blood men and women. Maybe we are the messengers, or presently may be. Maybe the message is we are to connect with God as we understand Him, her, it. We are to listen with our hearts to receive the divine message, and then we are charged to go out in this world and bring the message to others. We are the angels, and every stranger we help just might be another angel we aid on his way. So if you're looking for angels, look around. Now a word of caution. Not everyone who claims to hear God is actually hearing God. Men and women have the tendency to hear their own secret thoughts and deliberately misunderstand that they are actually hearing the voice of God. This tendency has frequently led to absurd and occasionally tragic consequences. So it's prudent and good practice to vet this message with a mentor and another spiritual advisor, or two, or three. But even then, be careful. Spouting a message as being divinely instigated when it's not can in fact have awful consequences. Well then, how can we be sure? We can't be sure. For myself, I will not claim that a message, whatever I think its source, was divinely instructed. I may well believe that a life of dissolution and hedonism is worse than a life of sobriety and service, and that I may believe that that is a divine instruction. But when I share that message with others, I never claim that it is divinely inspired. And the important thing for me to remember at all times is that when I interact with a stranger, when I am positively impacting and helping a stranger, I may in fact be aiding an angel on his way.